The Washington Huskies coming off of their best all-around performance of the year against their arch rivals in the Apple Cup. And today it's an all-Seattle battle. The Seattle U Redhawks taking on the Washington Huskies in Alaska Airlines Arena. And thanks so much for joining us alongside a guy who knows a thing or two about basketball in this city, Eldridge Rakasner.
Big Ten play.
Huskies start out with the basketball. We got a nice crowd on hand on this
I'm not
Christmas
surprised.
Eve.
A little crosstown game. Seattle U about what, 3.5 miles away, something like that?
Couldn't be much further than that. Pull-up jumper from Akai Mason, and the hot shooting continues.
Well, that's what they need right there. They need some guys to knock down perimeter shots because Great Osobor has been getting a lot of attention down on the block. But if they can knock down perimeter jumpers, AJ, it's going to open up things for him and maybe give him an opportunity to go one-on-one.
John Christophilus, the many Seattle natives in this matchup.
Yeah, that's a local kid right there. He's got a sweet jumper, man.
Really, they were great against Eastern Washington, so it's been the last couple of matchups after what had been a prolonged shooting slump. Here's Paris Dawson off the screen. Now it's Arrington dropping off for Huron Dan out of China.
I like it. Nice look.
Comes from a family background. His father played for the Washington football team.
We had a team dinner during the summer when he first got hired, AJ, and he told me he's a big Husky fan because his dad played here. He followed him ever since. And I'm not just talking about football, talking about basketball as well. You know, I think 3 20-win seasons in a row, as you said, took over for Coach Players come through Seattle U, and as a result, it got a lot of good wins, some good seasons.
Got a couple that left the program just last year. Cameron Tyson and Alex Schumacher, who were both in the G League this year. Cameron Tyson playing for the team in Portland, the Rip City Remix, the Blazers affiliate. Christophilus makes the three and the foul.
Yeah, the hand one. You don't want to ever foul a three-point shooter, but they know he can shoot the rock. I heard him at shoot-around talking about wherever number 11 goes, follow him. If he goes to the bathroom, follow him. And that time, Akai Mason just wasn't close enough. Great Osobor.
So it's a chance for a 4-point play for Christophilus, and he gets it.
Yeah, I mentioned he grew up here in Seattle. You know, UW, I don't...
For the Redhawks.
Yeah, I had a chance to watch Malik Arrington when he was at Auburn High School in the Fall League in Mercer Island. He has a nice game, AJ.
Huron Dan. Harris, I think, tried to pull the chair from behind him, and Dan kept himself upright and finished. Shot attempts.
Yeah, he's got 4 shots up already. Akai Mason thinking he's Great Osobor out there.
Dawson toward the lane. Quick pass from Dawson to Moncrief.
That's a nice move right there.
Catch and shoot for King. Line drives off the rim.
Now Washington has to look out for Maldonado, number 0, who just checked into the game. He had 22 last outing. He can really shoot the 3.
First game of the season, doesn't matter. Williamson is ready.
Yeah, he's a difference maker. He's a difference maker for the Redhawks. There's no doubt about it.
They weren't sure what they were going to get tonight out of Williamson and Moncrief because they have had limited practice time recently. Well, they're getting a lot so far. 10-0 SU run. Zoom Diallo.
26, you're thinking about a year.
Lineman.
Yeah, back in 1996. Would you say?
A couple of years ago. They've been good. And they still have a good number of that core. It's
somebody smart play by Seattle U.
You could pretty much go in any gym in the country and hear coaches say, got to play off 2 feet.
Yep. When you get in that paint.
Moncrief slides in. It is 16-3.
You look like he's okay to me, AJ. And they're prepared for it. That just goes to show excellent scouting and a good job by Chris Victor and his staff to point that out to his players, because I don't know of any guys that look to do that. I used to hate taking charges as a player.
Diallo bobbled it, but recovers and puts it. Osobor, a point forward for Washington, has the ability to take it up the floor himself and make plays. Nice pass, Diallo. Harris finishes, and the foul.
That was a nice pass by Zoom.
The thing that's been there most of the year has been defense. They're 60th in the country.
If you hit that one, boy, they'd be in a big hole. Just over 11 minutes to play. They got a chance to turn things around.
With the ball in Osobor's hands. Trying to shake and bake and lean and score.
That's just excellent footwork and a nice finish with the left hand by Great Osobor. If he can get a one-on-one matchup, AJ, he can beat most defenders off the dribble. He's 6'8", but he got a nice handle with the rock.
Maldonado, no look, whips it to the corner. Dawson is in.
And you can see the difference with that when he got his feet underneath him. Jace Butler get a little bit of burn tonight, too, if PJ can't knock down some early jumpers.
Vasya Panja out of England. To Huron Dan out of China, the freshman. He's showing up post moves in the first half.
Man, Huron Dan's got some game. He's making some tough shots. Wow, just a freshman.
Asked them how they found him, and Chris Victor just said it was kind of random. They have another player on the team from China and one from Japan, but they just kind of found Huron Dan through a connection with an assistant coach. They're hoping it starts. They have another freshman on the team. His name is Eric.
Yeah, I've been impressed with number 6, Huron Dan from China, the Smitty, huh?
It was like a narrowed down version of it. Is Christophilus was able to get all the way home, doesn't hit the layup though. Now in transition, Davis takes it, it's good.
There you go, that's his job right there, to space the floor right here. And one-on-one for Great Osobor. Yeah.
Stepping through, what a move.
One guy can't guard him, AJ, I'm telling you. One-on-one matchup, he's gonna score most of the time. Seattle U talked about double teaming him and shoot around.
Affiliate, and now is in his first year as the director of player development. Gaddy told him, you could go 0 for 10. I don't care. Just keep shooting. And that's the mentality that Davis took. As Heimbrandt was able to make time in the Washington history books. In the
Bellarmine Prep. Took right here for Washington with Williamson guard and Osobor. I think he can beat him off the dribble. Guys have to be ready when that help
at him,
comes,
and it's thrown away. Picked off by Malik Arrington. He's running, and Osobor lets him go.
Yeah, that was a bad pass by Great Osobor. I know he saw Arrington right there, but he threw it right to
2 games. He was limited to just 2 turnovers, and they'll take that given how much he has the ball. But turns it over there.
See, they're going to send help, so somebody has to space to be ready to knock down the jumper. Oh, he's going, yeah. One-on-one, AJ, I'm telling you, they can't guard him one-on-one, especially Williamson. He's too slow. Look for DJ Davis, once again created by Great Osobor, because all the defenders are paying attention to him.
Heimbrandt makes the catch, hits Christophilus. Seattle U by 7 with the ball. Christophilus strips away, and he draws another foul as a jump shooter.
Game tonight, and he wants to play well. A little bit of a run. Seattle U's hanging in there, keeping his.
Seattle U has been within 8 points in 4 of the last 7 meetings, and Seattle U has led at halftime in 3 straight matchups. Of course, last year went to double overtime between these 2 teams as Osobor finishes with the left hand.
Yeah, he hit him with a little chicken wing to create some space. Great Osobor strong down there on the block. Huron Dan just.
Second foul on Diallo. There's Dan scoring once again. Huron Dan with Osobor doesn't take a lot of threes.
Yeah, that's not his game right there, shooting a 3-point shot. They left him so wide open, I think he felt like he had to take it. Ooh.
Moncrief showing some shake to his game, and there's a foul called. His team, you know, for that win even more so because of that. It was saying, look, we have to guard someone like Matthew Alexander Moncrief, not an easy assignment.
Not at all.
These Seattle U bigs were hurt. Moncrief and Williamson, they're now back, but U-Dubs are still out. They're big, so it's a little advantage there coming into this matchup for Seattle U, and they're up by 11 here in the first half with 3:39 to go.
That contact, and the veteran got the call. This is on fouls and free throw attempts at just over 8 a game.
And you saw there with that graphic, these attempts, they're top 3 in the conference in attempts, but they're down in the bottom half of the league in makes. That could make a difference. It is by no means a team that's going to have a chance to be in a lot of blowout wins this year the rest of the way. So they're going to have to win close games. In the corner by Heimbrandt. Good play by Heimbrandt. Seattle U interchanging a lot of different front court players using their depth.
Looks like your stat about Seattle U being up at half is going to continue here tonight.
Up top. Oh, remember him now.
I sure will. Great finish.
Competed briefly for Ingram High School. Also spent a few years at Elite Prep. Malik Goma. Louis Courtright has come in. He's not played the last couple of games for the Dogs as the follow is there from Austin.
Seattle U's going to that pick and roll again. Let's see if Washington needs some help. You need a help defender. If Great Osobor is going to help on the guard, somebody has to help him on the big. Nobody did on that possession where Malik Goma got that lob dunk. Weak side to wear it on the street.
I think it's more of an Australia look where Kobe Williamson. Well, they, you know, you take a look at, they're going to the West Coast Conference. Williamson screens for Dawson. Osobor out there blitzing it. Williamson finds a wide open Maldonado. That's a transfer from.
They were up for the task.
This is surprising, coming off a resounding Apple Cup win against Washington State. Now UW struggling with the Seattle U team that's been 2-8 against Division I foes this year, albeit with some players coming back in this game from injury. Osobor loses it. It's a race for it. Now the shot clock is off, so SU can hold, and they will choose to do that. Good recognition down there by Maldonado.
You're absolutely right. Smart
4
play.
seconds left to go in the half. It's Dawson getting by his man, flipping it up, wouldn't go. Osobor did just enough to guard Paris Dawson and keep in with 2 fouls, which Danny Sprinkle normally does not do. He usually sits his guys in the first half with 2, and that helped them against Washington State take a halftime lead. As Matthew Alexander Moncrief leans in to Harris, and Harris brought his arm down. And so Fruit out of Orangeville Prep in Ontario and went to Oklahoma State to begin his.
I can see why he was at Oklahoma State and Georgia. He's a big right, more effective, 14 and 10. That's some nice stats. Double-double.
The lead has swelled to 16, matching where it was last year early in the second half in that game that went to double overtime. But Harris cuts into it, basket, and the foul.
That's a nice move right there by Tyler Harris. He did not settle consistent. He had 27 points early in the season. He showed some flashes, but he's just not consistent.
Harris went to Portland last year. The Portland Pilots made the all West Coast Conference freshman team, and now comes into Washington off to a pretty good start to his first year with the Dogs. Christophilus is pure.
Yeah, I know they had to see his name on the screen. That's one of the reasons why you don't want to lose it too.
Nine to 4 margin in turnovers favoring Seattle U, and they score off the turnover.
Getting to the cup like Sidney Moncrief.
9 points, 8 rebounds for the Toronto native.
Yeah, what a difference he makes for Seattle U.
Blocking foul, Harris.
Hey, baby.
I mean, he's doing this after missing the last 3 games. We were at
9 points, 8 rebounds. He's off to a fantastic start, and he's going to have a double-double again. And Seattle U switched up. Great Osobor is now guarding Williamson. They've got Tyler Harris on Moncrief.
Christophilus leaning back, short.
That's his
Rebound,
game right
Moncrief.
there.
Throw down.
Throw it down, Moncrief. I see you.
Oh, throwaway. Went through the arms of Osobor. Here's Paris Dawson, the 5th year transfer from Portland State.
Yeah, he will.
20-point lead.
He's for Moncrief. He's a man out there. 6'8".
No field goals in more than 3 minutes for Washington. We have to go back on defense again. Moncrief right through King.
He's feeling like nobody else.
22-point lead. Davis is in trouble. Look out for a 5-second call. That was close. Here's Harris slashing, playing off 2 feet. Picks up his own miss, turns, and scores.
A nice job of staying with it by Tyler Harris. I would have liked to see him driving in
there. Remember, Washington last year came back from 16 down in the second half in a game that the Huskies won in double overtime against Seattle U. And Harris inches them closer.
That's a nice looking shot right there to beat him. And so far this season, nobody else has been able to do it. Tyler Harris stepping up big time here in the second half with 10. But they're going to need some production from their guards. They're just not getting the production from the perimeter players. And that's just too easy right there.
And Williamson Pace, California, has not played a ton this year.
It was just great help defense.
Double team against Kobe Williamson, 5th-year player from Melbourne, Australia. Now Christophilus attacks. Foul call.
Yeah, not really his game attacking the rim. But they ran him off that 3-point line. It's a good move. 13. I know he will be motivated for this game.
Yeah, you were talking about that with,
Watched in the business. Isaiah Watts for 2 big-time dunks. In the
78.
That's back at the Jawan Oldham days right there. Went on to play in the NBA. I think Carl Irvine might have been on that team. Washington dodging the bullet there.
Here's Diallo using Osibor right there. Mid-range, yes.
He has that in his game, A.J. Zoom. It was. Zoom is calling for the screen again. Defenders keep going under on him. Oh, nice feed.
Foul is called. Basket good.
That's his game right there. He's the guy to me for you, Doug.
There's notice that his given name, Vasu Mana, people were having trouble.
Good job by the officials, because I definitely didn't see it. They're giving Zoom a little ISO down there on the block.
He's really comfortable in that part of the court.
AJ, I'm telling you, he's the guy, man. I'm not sure what's going on, but he needs to be on the floor because he can play. He's a highly recruited player. When he was at Curtis High School, dropped a little bit when he went to the prep school, but he's got some game. I love his attitude. He's not pouting, doesn't complain, coming off the bench, but he always produces.
Heimbrock, Christopoulos. It's good, and the foul!
That's just bad defense. You got to stay with him. You can help on anybody else out there, but not John Christopoulos, because he can shoot the rock. I mentioned it before. First time I saw this young man, he was in the 5th grade, and he had a grown man jumper. The Huskies just losing. You can't get out to him late. This is going to be yak.
It's also going to be
left to play.
Oh, very briefly, University of Washington got the deficit down to a single-digit one. It was the first time they were down by less than 10 since just about 4 minutes left in the first half. But the answer by Christopoulos with a 4-point play, expanding the lead back from 9 to 13. Reach and foul there on Malik Goma. 60s for his career. He's 54% from the line this year, and now 3 of 5. Mason is back around the screen. Chase Butler, jump stop. It's Mason. They're one of their best shooters this year. He misses off the side of the backboard, but Harris follows.
But that's what I'm talking about right there, AJ. There wasn't a defender within 5 feet of him. He had a wide open look. That one hit the side of the backboard.
Back to 11, though.
Tyler Harris was 17, yeah. He's been the one guy that's keeping him in this game in the second half.
That's a foul first before the shot on that slicing move by Matthew Alex. 35 minutes, 21 points against Washington State. He has 3 points.
His confidence a little bit. But Washington just struggled shooting the ball from 3. Everybody out there on the floor.
They're 3 for 16 as a team. Seattle U is only 4 for 16 from 3, but SU has had the points off turnovers advantage.
He's going to try to beat Williamson.
Oh, he does, and there's a foul on the helper, Heimbrock.
Good, just those situations. You don't usually see a guy come off the bench and get ISO out.
But if they're, my point though,
horn blows, they throw it up for the first time. It's not the NBA with super sub. Foul on Osibor. Good job of not picking it up. Yeah.
By Williamson.
Williamson went right at him. I don't blame him. Every time down, if I'm Seattle U, I go at him.
Osibor spinning. That's waved off end on the previous 1-and-1. That's the 9th Seattle U team foul. And Osibor, potentially, that's 4 points off the board. 2 front and 1-and-1 misses.
He has a nice looking shot, AJ. It just goes to show something is in his head mentally, because his form looks good, his release looks good. He just can't make them, and he's dropping his head after every miss.
That's clearly a foul on Diallo. Not the first time either that Moncrief has got tied up with someone after the whistle.
Yeah, that's a favor. I don't know if you remember, AJ, but the refs made a big time emphasis on hook and holds, a couple rebounds. Wow.
Double figures in the second half.
This is the matchup they want right here.
Blocking foul. 1 for either team. It's double bonus for both. Rest of the way, and Moncrief.
Yeah, him and John Christopoulos are leading the way for Seattle U.
But
he's been big time, especially
Washington
on the glass.
Is 10 for 17, Eldridge, from the line. Seattle U is 18 for 20.
Yeah, that's the difference. Both Moncrief and Christophilus have 19.
And Huron Dan, who scored 8 points all early.
Another free throw, and then they got to start picking up full court, trying to create some turnovers and see if they can get back into this. I don't think Coach Victor is upset at all about that shot attempt. Good look for him.
13 points with 5 minutes to go, the margin in this game. One-on-one, Osobor against Huron Dan.
That's too easy.
Just bullied him.
One-on-one, AJ, he's going to...
Having 4 fouls is notable. Refs swallowing the whistle there, and here Moncrief collapses. Coach Victor wanted a foul for Seattle U, letting him play. King in transition. Back rim. And he fouled Dan.
That's a bad foul right there, but I think it was a frustration foul. Christian King had...
Huron Dan makes the free throw because of some unfortunate words that he said leading into the season. On to win the WAC title that year. And he won WAC Coach of the Year, was named permanent head coach before they went into the postseason. Now they've run into Grand Canyon the last couple of years in the postseason. That's been tough. And Grand Canyon, a team that's, you know,
knocked down that three. He's been the one bright spot for Washington here in his second half, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point game with 3:50 left to play. They got to send some help on this guy, though. He's been having his way.
Spin
does
move,
once again.
Moncrief gets
That's
2 more.
Too easy, AJ. One-on-one. Let's see where they go.
Right now going to Zoom Diallo. Now Osobor. That power spin move.
It's a nice move, but he's wide open from 15 feet, AJ, and he's not even looking at the basket to take the jumper.
Here before as well, and they say, but they still expect Kepnang back sometime in January. Williamson turns. No. Moncrief, another loud 2.
He's been the man all game long, and that's 21 for him and 15 rebounds. That's some big-time stats. And he moves his feet defensively. Look at it.
Diallo, a rare 3, almost banked it in. Pinballs around Moncrief, another one. 16th rebound.
And Washington is going to play the foul game. That's it for Zoom Diallo. Ready if they can hang on. Called Purple Rain. I don't remember him from the 4th grade. That's when we played him. But I do remember him from high school. Didn't do much here tonight, points-wise, but his team looked like they're going to come out with a huge upset.
Mason. No. Osobor offensive rebound. Strip but a foul on Arrington.
Yeah, they're going to call him for sticking his...
Decisive win.
Yes, it is.
For the team coming in from the Western Athletic. See what becomes the rest of UC San Diego season, but they're actually top 60 in the net right now with an 11-2 record. They handed UC San Diego at the time their first loss of the season.
Yeah, a little bit too little, too late. UW trying to fool.
For Washington, how do you kind of rally the troops and get their heads back into this after
You can do what? And I'll say it again. I just like Zoom Diallo running the team. You know, we haven't seen much of Tyree and Nacho. DJ Davis is he's got to find a way to consistently knock down some perimeter shots, as well as Makai Mason.
King knocks it in. 10-point differential after that shot, and Washington uses its final timeout. A lot more wins than losses historically, but this year, you mentioned it, Eldridge, when you get a bunch of transfers coming in at once, you never quite know, and it takes some time to
play. Then you bring in all these new pieces. It's a new system. It's new teams that were having success at some of these lower divisions. They're not going to get that same production.
They have shown they can rise to the occasion, like that win just last time on Wednesday against Washington State. Last Wednesday, but this is one of the more disappointing moments of the season so far for the Huskies. Rebound, Heimbrodt, 12-point advantage. Here come the Red Hawks. Dawson, that pass picked off by King. Yeah. Up ahead to Mason.
Makai Mason has had some good looks. It just hasn't been his night from 3. He gets the land to go there. But he's really struggled from the perimeter as well.
1 for 11 from the field until that make. He's 0 of 8 from 3. Seattle U, they've made their free.
My Elgin Baylor bobblehead, but maybe it was a bad idea. Maybe I jinxed my own bone club here, AJ, tonight. The Seattle U's just been fantastic. They look like they're going to hang on. Doesn't look like they're going to hang on and win this one. Up 12 with 51 seconds to play.
Hustle play by Dawson. He's called for a kickball, which is going to prevent that highlight from Hyman.
Crazy. I don't know anything about soccer.
At least I know that, I guess. 12-point lead for Seattle U. As King can't cut it to 10 with the layup, but he's going back to the foul line. Still wondering whether he's consistently playable
Get in the Big Ten play, and he's only playing about 7 guys because you got to try to win, man. The experimentation process is over. They'll have a 7-game home stretch counting Maryland and Illinois, and this is the where are we at? We're at the 5th game right here. They've got 3 more after this, so this is the 4th game. They got 3 more, and they've been experimenting with
place right in front of Redhawks head coach Chris Victor. Didn't like it, but hey, it's still a 10-point game, under 30 seconds to go. Harris spinning, kicks it to Christian King, a step back 3. It's good. No timeouts left for Washington. They need a foul here, I think. Maybe they need a steal. And a timeout, Seattle U with 16 point.
Playing for Seattle U back then. It's going to be a huge win for Coach Victor and his staff.
Time winding down. They foul Paris Dawson with 11 points. One level. And Eastern Washington, who was a Seattle U assistant since November 28th, 1978.
Yeah, it's going to be a good Christmas for the Seattle University Redhawks.
King, a miss. Rebound, Seattle U. And the Redhawks come into Seattle and get to celebrate Christmas early.
Yes, they do. Big time win for Seattle University over University of Washington. The first one in the last 20 tries.
Seattle U Redhawks come to Alaska Airlines Arena, just a few miles away from their home campus. They get their 2nd largest win in series history, their first win since 1978 against the University of Washington. For our entire Big Ten Network crew and Eldridge Rakasner, AJ